Can everyone take a seat? I'd like to take the roll call, please. Ms. Murdoch.
Mr. Rossi?
Here.
Mr. Cordray?
Here.
Mr. Sousa?
Here. Stand for the pledge. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, I'd like to make a motion to approve of the clerk's journal and accept the audio-video recordings as the official minutes of the October 1st Board of Trustees regular meeting.
Second.
Mr. Sousa?
Yes.
Mr. Cordray?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes. I'd like to make a motion to accept the bills as presented before the board.
Second.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes.
Mr. Sousa?
Yes.
Mr. Cordray?
Yes.
That's it?
Just two now.
Wow.
All went easy on us.
Okay, the first order of business, we have a swearing in. Chief?
All right. We're welcoming Drew Conyos as our newest full-time employee. Drew comes to us from Glendale Fire Department, where he serves as a volunteer firefighter, and Sycamore Township, where he worked part-time. Drew has been a township resident since 2003 and graduated from Little Miami High School in 2018. He received a certification as a firefighter 2 and EMT from Cincinnati State in 2024. Drew is an accomplished archer and even tried out for the U.S. Olympic team, narrowly missing qualifying. In attendance and support of Drew tonight is his mom, Julie, who is a retired teacher with the Loveland School District and now a college professor, and Drew's father, Rodolfo, who is a captain in the U.S. Navy and a nurse practitioner. Drew's father has recently returned from a deployment to be here this evening, and we want to welcome them. All right, you ready? Raise your right hand. Repeat after me. I, Drew Conyos, do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution and the laws of the United States, the Constitution and the laws of the State of Ohio, and the policies and procedures of Hamilton Township Fire and Rescue. And as I faithfully discharge my duties as firefighter EMT, I will strive to exemplify the core values of Hamilton Township Fire Rescue, Warren County, Ohio, during my continuance in office. Congratulations. Drew's mom, Julie, will be pinning on his badge tonight. Come on up.
Okay, we're going to take a 5-minute recess. Thank you. Congrats, Drew. Presentation by Matt Latham from Warren County Park District.
All right, thank you very much. I really appreciate the opportunity to come before you tonight and introduce you to Warren County Park District, your regional county park and trail and green space provider. My name's Matt Latham. I'm the CEO of Warren County Park District, and I wanted to I'm going around to all sorts of different political jurisdictions here in the county just to get reacquainted and kind of let you know what's going on with us. So thank you for the opportunity. So Warren County Park District manages over 1,700 acres of land in 12 parks across the county. We also have 6 what we call conservation areas. They are future parks, currently just pieces of land that we own that we hope to develop into parks in the future. The one that you're probably most familiar with, being closest to here, is Landon Deerfield Park on 22 and 3, just on the other side of Little Miami, where we have 95 acres of land. We also are in the midst of a $1 million project to restore a stream and wetland complex where our former 3-acre pond used to be. So that will be complete, mostly complete by the end of this year, but fully complete by next summer, as all the plants and everything grow in. There are going to be, as part of this project, new trails, new interpretive displays, nature play opportunities for the kids, and a safe way to access the water for sort of a creeking experience. So we're really excited about that. And also not included on this slide, we also have partnered with Cincinnati Off-Road Alliance and the state of Ohio to do about $150,000 worth of trail renovations in our northern part of the park, the wooded park, to upgrade our mountain bike and multi-use trails back there. So we're excited about that too, bringing a lot of investment to Landon Deerfield Park. So all across the park district, we have many different activities that people can enjoy in the parks. Our nature education programs, trails, sports fields. We have 3 parks located along the Little Miami Scenic Trail and Little Miami River, fishing and boating, disc golf, you name it. We are governed by a 3-member board of park commissioners. So we actually are not a county department. We are an independent park district. Our park commissioners are pictured there. One of them normally sits in this seat over here, Ben Yoder, so you probably know him. Wendy Monroe is a former Lebanon City Council person and a business owner in Lebanon. Chris Heiss is a landscape architect and a Waynesville resident. And this was formed back in 1970. Our appointing authority is the probate judge, Joseph Kirby. Just like every other park district in the state, our board are appointed by the probate judge. We released our first annual report to the community, and it says annuals because we expect to keep doing it over and over again. But we really wanted to highlight the impact that we're having across Warren County. So across the county in our parks, we've had almost 750,000 park visits, park district wide. The majority of those at Armco Park with a little over 400,000. All sorts of different things. It looks like we got some PowerPoint font issues going on there by the turtle. But anyway, 83 different nature programs. It's 1,500 ambassador animal encounters. That's what it's supposed to be. We have our 100 Hours Outside Challenge. The golf course, boat dock up at Armco, very popular. Landon Deerfield Park, we got about 150,000 visits last year. We've seen an 11% increase overall in visitation between 2023 and 2024. So upcoming projects, I already mentioned the restoration project at Landon Deerfield Park. We are also getting into the regional multi-use trail space, starting with a project to link Armco Park down to the Otterbein and Union Village community along State Route 741. And we see collaborating with local jurisdictions on trail projects as being a focus area for us going forward. Good Lord. Do we... Oh, well, that's okay. I can tell you what, let me translate. I can translate for you. Trust me, this actually was readable when I sent it over, but anyway. So the Warren County Wild Collaborative is a partnership of over 30 local government entities, nonprofits, and businesses that are all outdoor recreation focused. And so our idea there is for us to work together to promote Warren County as an outdoor recreation destination. And to that end, as one of our opening projects, we got a bunch of partners together to contract with UC, their economics department, to quantify the economic impact of outdoor recreation in Warren County. And when I say outdoor recreation, I do not mean Kings Island, and I do not mean tennis, and I do not mean the Warren County Sports Complex. I mean the things that average people do on an everyday basis, your hiking, biking, fishing, running, all those things that you do outside. And so, and the results just came in just this very day, is why they're not in the presentation yet, but we can say that these activities contribute over $100 million per year to Warren County's economy. And they represent a return in terms of economic activity of $5 in economic activity for every dollar invested. So it's pretty good deal. We are also involved in the Western Warren County Active Transportation Study. This is a partnership of 7 different groups, 7 different local government entities, and the goal is to identify a corridor to create a multi-use bike and pedestrian link between Warren County's 3 largest population centers, Lebanon, Mason, and Springboro. So we are also at the forefront of that and in partnership with those cities. We have a ton of different partnerships related to our nature education programs. Believe it or not, well, we serve the entire county. We recognize that we don't have park properties in every jurisdiction, and so we will actually loan out our nature educators to come to your parks or the city's parks or other township parks to offer nature education programs. So we are currently partnered with Mason, Lebanon, Countryside Y. We've done all sorts of different partner nature programs with various cities and townships. We also are leading nature education programs indoors in every single public library system in this county. So that's how we keep busy during the winter. We don't have a lot of indoor places ourselves, so we go out, we come out to you, into your public libraries, and we help people develop connections and an appreciation of nature and advance that scientific knowledge and those STEM fields related to the natural world. Now this, what you got up on the screen here, and since it's an image, it didn't get messed up, is a comparison of how our park district's funding compares to other counties of similar size here in the state of Ohio. So you can see that our park district here, Warren County Park District, is in the center, and then the similarly sized counties are spread out along either side. So you can see that Warren County Park District currently has by far the lowest amount of funding support of comparably sized park districts in other counties, and you can see also that we are the only one that does not currently have a property tax levy helping us to offer these services. And then in terms of just how money gets allocated within the park district, revenues on the left, expenses are on the right. So, and the colors kind of correlate to each other. So for example, the yellow on the left refers to user fees. So that is revenue that we generate ourselves. It's non-tax revenue, and most of that happens at Armco Park because of the golf course, the boat dock, the shelters, the softball complex, and so on. And that revenue is in a dedicated fund that can only be spent at Armco Park. So you can see if you flip over to the right side, the yellow there, those 2 pieces of the pie roughly correspond to each other. So that money is made at Armco Park, it's spent at Armco Park, and that park is pretty much a self-sufficient park. But not every park can be like that. And so we have the county commissioners generously allocate half of the share of local government funds that they get back from the state of Ohio to Warren County Park District. And that's about $1.25 million a year, and that represents the light blue. And that light blue on the other side, you can see that corresponds to our other parks operating expense. So the 11 parks in the county that are not ARMCO run off of that funding source. And then the dark blue, you can see on the left, we have grants and donations. And then on the right, that roughly corresponds to our capital investments and equipment. And you can see it doesn't cover it all, but it covers a pretty significant chunk. So anytime that we are doing major capital improvements in the Park District, you can bet that there's probably a grant behind it. So we just completed a strategic plan, and we appreciate, Daryl, I think you were on the steering committee for that. Thank you very much. And so, you know, we undertook what, at least based on what I've seen anecdotally, I think the most broad-based public input process in this county that I've seen. We put out a statistically valid survey, got 365 responses to that. We had a 44-member steering committee of community leaders, 8 different focus groups with 122 participants, 75 open house participants, there I am translating again, across 6 locations. And so and this is about our journey of self-discovery, about who are we? And so our mission as Warren County Park District, right there, enhance our community's well-being by preserving quality natural spaces where all are invited to discover and experience the great outdoors. And then our vision statement, what do we want to be when we grow up? Well, we want to be a leader in natural resource conservation, outdoor recreation, and nature education by building partnerships and working toward a connected network of green space and trails that enhance our community's quality of life. And then we also have a unique value proposition, which is all jumbled up there, and I don't have it memorized. So you will have to go online to warrencountyparks.com and look up the strategic plan and read it for yourself. But I do have these memorized. So our strategic plan is arranged around 6 different major goals: conservation, recreation, education, connectivity, community, and operations. And again, that is available on our website. We don't have time to dive into those details right now, but I do encourage you to check it out. So there is my contact information up on the screen. That one didn't get messed up, so you know how to find us now, warrencountyparks.com. There's our general email, there's my email, phone number, and again, I just appreciate your time today and having the ability to come before you and get reintroduced. And if you have any questions, I'd be happy to entertain those now if you like.
I just have kind of one follow-up comment. I think it's important just to draw the distinction. So with the Warren County Park District, that Warren County Sports Park is not actually part of that district, and I think that's good for the public to know because they do try and draw a boatload of visitors, but 2 separate entities in that regard.
Yes, yes it is.
Mark, don't have anything. All right.
Well, anyway, thanks again.
Thank you.
Thank you, Matt. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Matt. Okay, at this time, I would like to open the floor to public comments. And I'll close the floor to public comments. Moving on to new business. We have just a couple of resolutions, nothing really unusual.
Right.
Any questions on these, gentlemen? All right, well, I'll just go through both of them. First is a motion, we have a motion for some unneeded and unfit for use property. So I'll make a motion to approve Resolution 25-1015A, resolution authorizing private sale of unneeded and unfit for use property in the police department.
Second.
Mr. Cordray?
Yes.
Mr. Sousa?
Yes.
Mr. Rozzi?
Yes. Second is something standard, taking over some, is this the last of the remaining roads in Hopewell Valley?
I believe that it is. That'll complete the whole.
Okay. Any questions?
I do not.
All right, I'll make a motion to adopt Resolution 25-1015B, a resolution accepting public streets for maintenance and setting speed limits on Section 6 in the villages of Hopewell Valley Subdivision, Hamilton Township, dispensing with the second reading.
Second.
Mr. Cordray?
Yes.
Mr. Sousa?
Yes.
Mr. Rozzi?
Yes.
And then we just have a couple of motions. One is in reference to the Ohio plan. Any questions, gentlemen?
No, I mean, I don't know if Mr. Wright would mind just kind of highlighting.
Yeah.
Yeah, some of the high level is that we're completing our first year with the Ohio plan. Last year, we did some competitive bidding and agreed that this was the most responsive. The former plan we were with was the Otarma plan, which is solely townships in Ohio. And I have learned that some townships our size that are renewing with Otarma, the plan we were formerly with, are seeing increases of about 25%. So this increase for us for next year, which would start October 27th and go for 12 months, the 18% sounds high, but in comparison to our former plan, that's almost a 50% savings over that comparable increase. I also feel like the Ohio plan has met one of our intended goals, was to have some resources for free for trainings, driver safety, cybersecurity. The Ohio plan, in my opinion, and I've been a member of 3 or 4 pools, they do the best proactively of having all of their member townships, cities, villages, park, and library districts all be expected to be on their toes and proactive. So I like being in a pool with about 850 other members where we have expectations of one another to all be proactive, think logically, and behave responsibly, and that'll show. Nationally, we know a lot of the catastrophes that have occurred in the last year throughout the country. That's caused a severe hardening in the property insurance, casualty, not so much, luckily. And cybersecurity is the third component, a little bit newer one. I appreciate the Ohio plan was able to find 3 bidders, 3 different Ohio-based insurance companies. So our cybersecurity will be an additional component. That actually is not a bad increase. The Ohio plan gave the leadership team and I some flexible things that we wanted to add. One enhancement that is good, for example, for $44 per police cruiser per year. The Ohio, by paying that extra, if a cruiser, God forbid, should be told it could be something that, not even our fault, a deer strike or something, we will realize the full new replacement cost if we'd have to replace a vehicle that we turn in on our insurance. And I do want you to know the department heads and I are being earnest about holding each other responsible, behaving safely. We only had a few minor items we had to turn into our insurance. Our biggest one was actually a vandalism that occurred to the salt dome. So that's something, it did, the cost benefit made it worthwhile to use the insurance. So we've had some successful last couple of years, and because we're intentional about it,
I almost did that.
that will continue, beat you to it. So, we have all seen as homeowners our property and casualty go, but nonetheless, I still recommend we stay with this pool. And every few years, we can, like we do with health insurance periodically, we can get some other scopes and bids. But the results for our first year are what that I hoped and expected them to be. So thank you.
Okay, very good. Gentlemen? No, I don't have any questions. Thanks, Jeff. All right. With that, I will make a motion to renew our annual policy with the Ohio Plan of Risk Management, Inc. for purpose of property and casualty and cyber insurance coverage.
Second.
Mr. Sousa?
Yes.
Mr. Cordray?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes. Next is just a standard roster change. Any questions? All right, with that, I will make a motion to approve the amendment of the Hamilton Township roster as presented.
Second.
Mr. Cordray?
Yes.
Mr. Sousa?
Yes.
Mr. Rossi?
Yes. Okay, that's it for that. This brings us to our second public comment section. Second public comment section. Anyone? All right, I'll close the floor to public comments. Ms. Elliott?
Yes. Okay. Printed in front of you and up on the screen is the fund status year-to-date through September. That's 75% through the year, quarter left to go. It's the same format that I presented last month, where I took a few of the funds and rolled them up into higher categories to make it a little simpler to look at. There's nothing really to note this month other than the large public works facility that we had talked about last month. There's a 4% spend against the appropriations. Jeff, is the appropriations, that's not just through the calendar year, or is it?
That would be for the total year.
Okay, so do we expect the 5.2 to be completely expended before the end of the year?
No, I would not.
Okay, so some of that's gonna carry over.
Yeah.
And then down at the bottom, it brings our year-to-date revenue to 21 million. That's 95, almost 96% of what we had budgeted. We did receive our second property tax allocation. We get those in April and September of every year. So that is rounded out our revenue number. Our year-to-date expenditures are showing 56%, again, because of that large public works building. When I take that figure out, it jumps up to closer to 70%, which is on track. So nothing truly to note other than just those few talking points.
Any questions? Do not.
I do not.
Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Wright.
Thank you, Mr. Rossi. We have several great items to share with the public tonight. First one, we talk periodically about the additional training that the Fire and Rescue Department has implemented over the last few years. And I really appreciated something Chief Jewett shared with me this morning. It's that some of their new training practice is going to be a new protocol in which periodically a different crew will show up either to our training tower or some other off-site location, and that day's curriculum or topic is not shared in advance with the crew. So the firefighters, paramedics, EMTs will have to go into that day's training kind of blind. And so the benefit is that causes more stress, requires more muscle memory, and so that would have the crew that day on that training work under some stressful situations, and that more closely mimics what they face in real life. So I thought that was worthwhile sharing with the community. That's something new that they've been implementing. Also wanted to share, we have a slide Mrs. Murdoch put out for us. We reported last Friday that we're really proud of the Public Works Department. They completed by last Friday, a very large improvement and stability project on Ford Road. Ford Road, of course, is probably one of our two most narrow township roads in our whole community, and unfortunately carries a lot of traffic because its proximity to a couple of our school campuses. And so entirely in-house with their own design and labor and ingenuity, they completed this big project. It was a head wall. They put out some very large erosion blocks. They improved the berm of the roadway when they're done. This is going to stabilize and get additional years out of that section of Ford. And as you know, the creek would have the ability to scour the base of the roadway. And they used about $3,000 of materials. And I think they'd even had them stockpiled. They received from Pruce or some of their contractors. So they repurposed some of these items. And I can honestly tell you, it's, I think, the largest in-house accomplishment of this type of a remediation and roadway and headwall project in any of the communities I've worked. Don and I were comparing notes. We think that this would have been a $40,000 to $50,000 project had we gone out and competitively bid it. So the fact that they provided it, we had a $3,000 project rather than a $40,000 to $50,000. Another benefit is a couple of members of that department are rather new, year and a half or less. So the more seasoned fellows in that department were able to give some really good tutelage and hands-on experience. So that's gonna, I hope we come back periodically with even more of these. We think that's gonna grow. So huge amount of respect. I let all of Don's fellows know, that is significant. I just wanted the public to know that it truly is. Keeping with the theme of significant savings for the taxpayers, and this will dovetail into the reminder that this Friday is the Mounts Park project bid opening. So Friday at noon in here, we had almost 20 contractors poll bids and attend a mandatory pre-bid meeting. So Nicole and I are pretty hopeful that Friday we'll receive a lot of packets. We'll open them. We'll do some review with our consulting engineer, legal so that we make sure that the most responsive bidder has accuracies. And we want to bring back a recommended bid to you, gentlemen, at our November 5th trustee meeting. And so when I was alluding to a significant savings, we've intentionally dovetailed both of those projects. The first is the obvious one, if the public hasn't seen here, just north of this building on State Route 48. We, of course, started the excavation component of the Public Works facility, our replacement project. SiteWorks is the local subcontractor that Conger assigned that part of the work to. We have a lot of excess dirt, so we have to export off of this site for detention and some other clearing reasons. Normally, the subcontractor has to find an appropriate place for them to haul hundreds of loads of dump trucks of dirt out. And depending on where that contractor would take it, that adds up in fuel costs and labor cost. We planned beforehand to have the subcontractor stockpile all of this excess dirt at Mounts Park. That 4 mile or so drive is actually really close in terms of a construction project that big. And I mentioned we're opening the bids Friday. We hope to have a different contractor begin work on the Mounts Park remediation project in this winter. We needed thousands of cubic yards of dirt for that project, so we were stockpiling it on the former baseball diamonds. Don did some checking with the estimators at Conger Construction, and they think we'll have a total savings of the two projects of $500,000 to $600,000 by not paying to export out of the community the dirt from the Public Works and then importing dirt from somewhere else to put it out. So the dovetailing and coordination worked out really well. So I appreciate Don and Nicole and everybody on the team being patient and aligning those things. So that's a $500,000 to $600,000 that'll benefit the property owners and taxpayers. Wanted to know about a significant win our police department had last week. And it wasn't a single event. You probably saw on social media and in the report that we're one of the first townships, I believe, in the state that you're aware that I think it was the Attorney General's office and the governor a few years ago are having the Ohio Office of Criminal Justice Services act on their behalf to make visits in person. Imagine a very thorough audit beforehand of policies, procedures, complaints, effectiveness, types of crime, closeout of cases by our detectives bureau. And then they were here at least a day or 2 days maybe on site. Pretty extensive, and those were, and I'd like to obviously give my compliments to Chief Hughes' assistant, Chief Quillen Short, and if Chief Hughes wants to give it more detail, but this is a big deal that we're one of the first, probably one of the largest, that have gone through this. I think later this year we'll receive recognition in Columbus on this, but this is a very high standard, and the reviewers were some current or retired chiefs of police. So the individuals that the state of Ohio has going around doing these audits of these police departments are very high caliber current or retired police chiefs. So this is a big deal. This isn't just checking a box on something and sending it in. So do you want to give it any more honors than I was able to do?
No, sure, thank you. So it's part of the Ohio Department of Criminal Justice Services. It's the, we're basically going to become an accredited agency through the state of Ohio. We'll be one of the first 20 departments in the state. We'll be the first in Warren County, one of the first in Southwest Ohio to receive this accreditation. So essentially, to Mr. Wright's point, assessors came down and basically looked through our entire agency, policy manual, how we operate, interviewed various personnel from civilian staff to the folks who take care of our property room and evidence room. And basically they ensured that we were operating up to best practices. They don't just take your word for it, they actually show up here. And to Jeff's point, they spent several hours here on 2 different occasions to ensure that we are actually doing what we say we're doing. So, I think this is just another feather in our cap that shows we are operating at a high level. And like Jeff said, the evaluators who came, the assessors who came for this assessment are folks who travel the country doing similar assessments for other agencies. So yeah, it's not just a check the box. So be remiss though if I didn't just give Corlin Short just a tad bit more credit because he was essentially our accreditation manager. Every organization who takes this on has to have a point person, and they have a lot of responsibility. And Corlin did a phenomenal job along with several other members of our staff. But in April, we will receive the award at the Ohio Criminal Justice Services Conference up in Columbus. So yeah, thank you. Appreciate this.
And I didn't mean to end on a less than stellar note because I felt like we just won this was a great 2 weeks to be able to report back to you on. But I think Chief Hughes and I did want to mention, because we have these airwaves as a vehicle to communicate with the residents. You saw on social media, and the chief let us know immediately when he got a report. We did have some more break-ins and some car thefts, a couple of the neighborhoods. Chief has given me a few details. These tend to be bad actors, come from other adjacent counties. They know we are a high net worth community. And so I really want to encourage our residents, please do not leave any valuables anywhere you're parking. If you're running into a store for 10 minutes in any community, not all communities are as safe as Hamilton Township, don't leave valuables out in plain sight. Please lock your vehicles, even in your own driveway. Just let's do all the easy things we can to make it harder on the criminals, that they know that this isn't a county that they would be worthwhile to come into. But I know his team has already had some really strong police work, and I'm confident that that's not going to be something that's recessive here in our community. Thank you.
If I may, I would like to add, so the public does know, in case they aren't aware, the vehicles that were stolen have been recovered. So that's a win. And to my knowledge, both of those vehicles were recovered and returned to the owners, and they're drivable. They weren't, crashed or anything like that, which is good too.
Good.
Thank you.
All right, that leads us to trustee comments. Mr. Cordray.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Ozzie. Just first, I guess, kick off, I just want to say, after hearing the report from Mr. Wright, and just kind of piggybacking it, after hearing, we discussed 2 weeks ago with regards to the perfect audit, just what an outstanding leadership team we have here. You guys all do an outstanding job. It's obvious that you care about our community along with the rest of your staff and all of our employees here. And just having these reports over the last couple of weeks of what you guys have done and kind of the extra steps you've taken. I mean, you guys the entire team does an outstanding job. And, you guys all, it feels like you guys all live here, whether you do or not here in Hamilton Township. You definitely treat it as your home. So I just want to share my appreciation to everybody with that. And then just a couple other odds and ends. Trunk or treats this weekend, Saturday from 1 to 3 at Tusterman Park. So bring out your kids and your pets. I think there's a pet parade as well. So come on out and get some candy if you'd like. And just want to remind everybody, 'tis the season. It is election. I would say it's election day, but actually election month. Early voting has already started. So we got a school board race, a trustee race, and I think both Kingsville and Miami have school board issues on the ballot. So make sure you get out and have your voice heard and vote. That's all I have.
Very good. Mr. Souza.
I don't have much more to add. I would just add the kudos to the Public Works Department. So we do a lot of regular maintenance and ongoing recurring maintenance, and police and fire guys get lots of recognition for being first responders, but the Public Works guy cared an immense amount about the community. So good to see you guys doing that and doing it at minimal cost to the resident and the taxpayer. Other than that, Halloween coming up before our next meeting. Always on Halloween, rain or shine. So everybody be safe and have a happy Halloween.
All right, very good. I will reiterate both my colleagues' comments about our staff. I do think that we have some of the greatest employees that I've ever worked with. So just want to congratulate you and thank you all for your service to this community. With that, I will make a motion to adjourn at 6:42 p.m.
Second.
Mr. Ozzie?
Yes.
Mr. Cordray?
Yes.
Mr. Sousa?
Yes.